affects future recruiting. Nico?
And this is a really interesting part about this whole thing. I mean, really, us in the media, we were kind of blindsided by these announcements that seemed to come one after another this morning. But Coach Boeheim obviously knew it was coming, and he took the opportunity before the media got a hold of this story to call one of the top prospects, in fact, the top recruit for the class of 2015, and let him know what was going on in the university. His name is Tyus Battle, so if he were to commit to Syracuse, it wouldn't be this year he'd be on campus, rather the winter, or I should say fall of 2016. Now, earlier today, I spoke with his father, Gary Battle, who's been very active in his recruitment, to hear just exactly what Jim Boeheim told him over the phone just 15 minutes before Kent Syverud's statement was released.
And we have a great relationship with Coach Boeheim and Coach Hopkins, Jerry, and Red and everything else. But so he promised me he was going to keep me abreast of what was going on. He was calling me before he made the announcement, which I thought was very nice. And he just stated that he really wanted to coach Tyus, and that he was going to work as hard as he possibly could to prove that to us, and also that he would work as hard as he could for the kids in the university to have the best next 3 years going forward. He said he would coach only 3 years before he stepped down.
So there you have it. Jim Boeheim saying he's going to work as hard as he possibly can, not just to get kids like Tyus Battle and whoever else they were recruiting to get them here on campus, but to finish the right way. And how about this? Another commit for the class of 2016, Matthew Moyer. He's one who's already saying he's coming to Syracuse. He tweets out today, "I want to help Jim Boeheim go out with a national championship." So some difficult news you would think for players today, but they're taking it in stride and want to send Coach out the right way 3 years from now.
It certainly seems likely that at some point tomorrow the coach will talk about having high goals and hoping to get one more title in that 3-year period.
Yeah, absolutely, Matt.
Thank you, Nico. We appreciate that. Now, we talked about Dr. Daryl Gross. He is out as athletic director. His new title will be Vice President Special Assistant.
And now, NBC3 Sports, awarded Best Sportscast by the New York State Broadcasters Association.
The day has finally come. Syracuse University basketball fans finally know when the Jim Boeheim era will end. Here at SU, good evening. I'm Nico Tamurian reporting live at the Carmelo Anthony Basketball Center. And speaking of the Metal Center, it's almost surreal to think about buildings like this and other places on campus that might not exist if not for Jim Boeheim's tenure, what will end up being 40-plus years here on the SU Hill. But it's official today. His reign will end 3 years from now, according to Kent Syverud, the chancellor at SU, making an announcement today as part of the university trying to move forward. In addition to Boeheim's retirement after 3 more seasons, Chancellor Syverud also announces SU will appeal certain aspects of the NCAA sanctions, and that Daryl Gross has agreed to step down as athletic director. But getting back to Boeheim, it means his reign on campus will stretch from 1976 through 2018, one of the longest stretches in the history of college basketball. And let's look at some of Boeheim's accomplishments now. Over that time, the 2003 national championship to his credit. 4 Final Fours, including the most recent in 2013. At the moment, he has 966 wins, but a reported 108 of them is in jeopardy of being taken away by the NCAA. But that is one element of the NCAA report that SU is appealing. Of course, Boeheim is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, no disputing that. And tomorrow, 10 a.m., we finally hear from the Hall of Fame coach, a press conference at the Carrier Dome. But until then, I spoke with one of Boeheim's former players, Gene Waldron.
When you look at what he's done over the years at being at one school, you give me one coach who's done what he's done at one school. You can't dispute that. There's no way you can dispute that. And I think there are going to be some people who are going to say, well, this, that, and the third. But, I know at me and all his players now and who has passed is going to look at what he's done and go, there's nobody on the face of the earth that's done what he's done at one school. No one. And you got to love him for that.
And now another aspect of all this, what about the future recruits that want to play for Jim Boeheim? Earlier this morning, I spoke with the father of top recruiting target for the class of 2016, Tyus Battle. His dad, Gary, tells me that Jim actually called him 15 minutes before the announcement from Chancellor Syverud was released, a gesture that in the recruiting cycle goes a long way.
Syracuse is obviously a great university. Syracuse is a tremendous city that we enjoyed. We have visited 4 times we were there. We enjoyed it. And we love to coach Boeheim forever, but knowing his tenure at the university and how long he's been coaching, we thought it could be a possibility that at some point he could leave. So this is not a big surprise, regardless. We're still interested very much so in Syracuse, and that's